My best friend took my girl, so I became his stepdad. I was 17 when I learned what betrayal tastes like. It was a cold kind of pain, not the sharp kind that hits you and fades. This kind lingers. It crawls into your gut and settles there, feeding on every good memory until even the happy ones rot. It started with Jacob, my best friend since 3rd grade. We did everything together. Sleepovers, school fights, stupid dares. If I was Batman, he was Robin. If I had fries, he got half. We used to say we'd be each other's best men one day. And then there was Mia, my first real girlfriend. Smart, funny, a little twisted, just like me. We were together for a year. She told me she loved me. I believed her. I was all in, until the night I walked in on them. I'd come over to Jacob's place unannounced like I always did. The front door was open. His mom was out of town. I heard laughter upstairs. Hers, his, then silence, then noises. Bedroom door cracked open. Clothes on the floor. Her necklace, the one I gave her, on his nightstand. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't even leave. I stood there, frozen for 10 full minutes, listening, processing. That was the moment something broke inside me. Something important. I left without them knowing. And that night, I started planning. Not a punch, not a fight. That's temporary. That's noise. I wanted something permanent. The next day, I walked into Jacob's house like nothing had happened. His mom, Melanie, was in the kitchen, trying to fix a broken coffee maker. I offered to help, fixed it in 10 minutes. She thanked me, smiled, said I was handier than her son. That was the moment the idea was born. Melanie was 38th, divorced, lonely. She worked 2 jobs. Jacob barely spoke to her unless he needed cash. But me, I remembered things. Her birthday, her favorite wine, the way she liked her grilled cheese. I started visiting more, helping out, listening. When I graduated, I told her I was taking a gap year. Told her I wasn't sure where I belonged anymore. She said I could come over anytime. So I did. One night, she opened a bottle of wine. We talked for hours. She told me how hard it was raising a kid alone, how she'd given up on finding someone who actually cared. I told her she deserved more. She touched my hand. 6 months later, we were quietly dating. A year after that, I moved in. Jacob had moved out by then. College life, dorms, girls. He didn't come home much. When he did, he barely noticed the toothbrush in the bathroom next to his mom's, or the new cologne on her dresser, until one Thanksgiving. He came home, saw me setting the table, and laughed. What, you live here now? I smiled. Something like that. He didn't get it, not yet. The next morning at breakfast, Melanie dropped the bomb. We're engaged. Jacob choked on his eggs, stared at her, then at me. You're kidding. No, she said. I love him. Jacob lost it, started yelling, said it was weird, disgusting, that I was just some loser who couldn't let go. Melanie told him to leave if he couldn't be supportive. So he left, and I stayed. We got married 6 months later. Small ceremony, just a few friends. Melanie cried. I said my vows with a steady voice, and just like that, I became Jacob's stepdad. I made sure to frame the wedding photo, hung it in the living room, right above the fireplace. The next time Jacob visited, he didn't even make it to the couch. He stared at the photo, at my arm around his mom. You psycho, he whispered. Call me dad, I said, smiling. He stormed out again. But here's the twist. This wasn't just revenge, it turned real. Melanie, she wasn't some pawn. She became my person. She saw me when I felt invisible. She gave me a home, a future, a name. Jacob still hates me. Mia disappeared from the picture a long time ago, but every Christmas he gets a card from me, signed, your father. And every year I sit by the fire, sip my coffee, and smile. Because sometimes revenge doesn't come in fists or flames. Sometimes it comes in last name.